Hey guys, I am Saurabh Patel, and in this video, I will discuss why few people on CT start believing that Bitcoin is no longer truly Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin has shifted its identity from a libertarian experiment to a mainstream asset class. How and why I am saying this, let's see. Over the last 2 days, there has been a lot of chaos around Bitcoin due to news that 80,000 Bitcoin valued at over $9 billion was sold by Galaxy Digital. The entity that contacted them to sell it was from a Satoshi era wallet. Satoshi era wallet are those Bitcoin wallets that was created and last used during the earliest days of Bitcoin, roughly between 2009 and 2011, when Satoshi Nakamoto was still active. Not just a single Satoshi era wallet, but several have been active recently, which escalates concerns about Bitcoin. As you are aware, Bitcoin's main purpose was to tackle centralized entities, serving as a tool to challenge traditional financial system, which was a big threat to banks, governments, and it was the idea of a purely decentralized world. However, things don't seem to indicate that Bitcoin still adheres to its original principles after the interference of the US government and investment bankers like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and BlackRock. This is concerning for OG cypherpunks. Who are OG cypherpunks? OG cypherpunks are those people who were members of the cypherpunk movement which emerged in the late 1980s and early 1990s. The cypherpunk movement is a group of activists, cryptographers, and technologists who strongly advocate for the use of cryptography and privacy-enhancing technologies as tools for personal freedom, security, and civil liberties. So let's get back to the topic. Concerns arose 10 months ago when asset managers began owning more Bitcoin than Satoshi Nakamoto. Currently, Satoshi Nakamoto is estimated to own around 1 million Bitcoin, but it is now expected that these asset managers hold much more than 1 million. The US government also holds a significant supply. Therefore, all the centralized entity could start controlling Bitcoin in the same way they controlling fiat currency. I have seen people on Twitter feel good when Michael Saylor buys Bitcoin, but in my opinion, it is detrimental to Bitcoin's original idea. MicroStrategy alone holds over 600,000 Bitcoin, which is 3% of the total Bitcoin supply. Bitcoin ETFs collectively hold around 5% of the total Bitcoin supply, which is equating to over 1 million Bitcoin. So again, centralized entities are holding substantial amount. Furthermore, the US government has seized enough Bitcoin from Silk Road, Bitfinex, and President Donald Trump signed an executive order stabilizing a strategy Bitcoin reserve. So if you start connecting the dots, things looks worse and it is alarming for Bitcoin's ideology. Bitcoin was created to oppose this centralized financial system, but gradually, in my opinion, it is becoming a part of them. So what is my point of view? This might upset some Bitcoin maxis, but that is what I have understood so far, though I am always open for a wide discussion. Bitcoin is a fully entrenched in the top levels of the American government. Rose Ulbricht is free. All of the OGs are rich. All innovation gets pushed back by maxis. The original idea is dead. So there is nothing to do but live and make money. That is the thing left. But as I believe, blockchain is the only way to fight this centralism. And I still had a hope from Bitcoin as it is still the same protocol Satoshi designed. So however its system has undeniably transformed, the involvement of government, regulation, and institution are concerning, but only Bitcoin could fix it. Hey guys, I